into a world where stories unfolds, secrets unravel, and dreams come alive. Every story has a legacy. Every legacy holds the power to inspire. A unique interview series that celebrates the lives of Nigeria's elder statesmen and women through their remarkable journeys in the military, diplomacy, public service, academia, medicine, and beyond. Conversation that transcends generations, offering guidance to youth leaders, diplomats, technocrats, and future change makers. We unveil the wisdom, resilience, and achievements that shapes our nation and the world. Join us every Sunday at 2 p.m. on Voice of the People Television. Reminiscence, legacies that leads the way, stories that lives on.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV, now streaming on SLTV channel 202. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We bring in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 202. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
From the views on the street
We go to bed empty hunger.
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents,
Corruption kills three things and makes a society.
representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
You ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV, now streaming on SLTV channel 202. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We bring in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 202. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more.
Join me on Sundays every 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Voice of the People TV.
Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.
Well, hello and welcome to News on the Hour on Voice of the People. I am Vivian Oguche. Now we begin with the news. Before we begin with the news, kindly visit our website, www.vop.ng, for fresh and trending news. First, the headlines. Presidency says a report totally fabricated. An LP disowns Dati Baba Ahmed over anti-Tinubu statements. The Senate President urges Nigerians to promote love and unity. Suspended Rivers Governor preaches reconciliation, unity, and support for Tinubu. A minister promises grid upgrade and rallies support against energy theft. Christians mark event with solemn reflections. And restaurant workers, customers trapped. On the foreign scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin announces Easter truce in Ukraine. In business, Italy clears UniCredit's bid for Banco BPM with prescriptions. In sports, Man City beat Everton 2-0 to renew Champions League hope. And in the world of entertainment, Speed Darlington accuses Portable of using juju. Now the news in detail. The presidency has denied recent media reports suggesting that Vice President Kashim Shettima was denied access to the presidential villa, describing the claims as mischievous and totally fabricated. In a statement on Saturday by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications Office of the Vice President, Stanley Nkwocha, the presidency condemned the reports as part of a deliberate and well-planned orchestration of falsehood aimed at sowing discord within the top echelon of government. Nkwocha described the claims reportedly originating from obscure blogs as a feeble attempt to traduce the person and office of Vice President Kashim Shettima. According to the statement, the Vice President continues to discharge his duties with diligence and remains focused on supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in realizing the aspirations of the Nigerian people. Well, before we continue with the news, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV, now streaming on SLTV channel 202. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We bring in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment,
entertainment, and cultural documentaries. Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things and makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Welcome back. Now, the leadership of the Labour Party, LP, has condemned a statement by its former vice president, presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections, Dati Baba Ahmed, who said President Bola Tinubu's government is questionably constitutional. The rebuttal, signed by LP's National Publicity Secretary, Dr. Arabambi Abayomi, was issued to newsmen on Saturday in Kaduna by the party's National Secretary, Umar Ibrahim. Abayomi said the LP viewed the comment as undemocratic and therefore dissociating itself from what he called any surreptitious action capable of inciting Nigerians against the present government. In another development, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has enjoined Christians and indeed all Nigerians to use the celebration of Easter to eschew political, religious and ethnic biases and unite for the progress of the country. He also appealed to those perpetrating mass killings across the country to respect the sacredness of human life by showing love instead of hatred and abandoning their evil ways for peace to reign in Nigeria. Akpabio gave the admonition in his Easter message delivered through his special advisor on media and publicity, Eseme Eyibo, in Abuja. Meanwhile, the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has called on Nigerians to reflect on the significance of Easter and embody the values of love, sacrifice, and unity that the season represents. In a statement shared on her official X handle on Saturday, the First Lady joined the Christian community in commemorating the resurrection of Jesus Christ and encouraged all Nigerians to use the occasion as a time to support one another, especially the less privileged. The First Lady further urged citizens to seize the opportunity that Easter avails to reach out and show compassion within their communities. Meanwhile, River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has reiterated his commitment to delivering the evidence of democracy and good governance to the people of the state. The governor also reminded residents of the state that the period of Easter affords the opportunity of reconciliation and unity. Fubara stated this in his Easter message to the people of the state, contained in a statement issued in Port Harcourt. And on the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu has reiterated the federal government's commitment to ensuring stability in the power sector. Adelabu gave the assurance in his Easter message signed by his special advisor on strategic communications and media relations, Bolaji Tunji, in Abuja on Saturday. He said that the Ministry of Power remains steadfast in addressing the challenges within Nigeria's energy sector. The minister called on Nigerians to continue to support government policies and initiatives. He particularly called on Nigerians to report illegal activities such as energy theft and tampering with power infrastructure. Well, in another development, the Lagos Waste Management Authority has restated its commitment to maintaining a clean and healthy environment throughout the Easter celebrations. It assured residents of efficient waste management services before, during, and after the holidays. In a statement issued on Saturday, the agency's Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Muyiwa Badigesin said Loma had put all necessary logistics into place to handle the anticipated spike in waste generation across the state. He assured residents of seamless waste evacuation across all districts, emphasizing that the agency had fully mobilized its operational resources to ensure prompt and effective service delivery throughout the festive season. Well, it's time for a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Well, you're welcome back. Now, as part of the events at Easter, some Christians in Benin City gathered for the Passion service to commemorate the crucifixion of Jesus Christ while reflecting on the significance of Good Friday, a day Jesus was crucified, and its impact on their faith. VOP TV correspondent Godwin Kogos has more in this report. Well, apologies for not bringing that report to you. We'll do that subsequently. Let's move on now with the bulletin. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has officially announced a change in the commencement date of the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. JAMB has now scheduled the academic exercise to begin on Thursday, the 21st of April 2025, instead of the previously slated Friday, April 25, 2025 date. This development was disclosed in a statement signed by JAMB's Public Communication Advisor, Fabian Benjamin, and shared on the board's official X handle on Saturday. According to the examination board, this adjustment has been made to accommodate essential commitments by the board and its partner agencies. In preparation for the exam, JAMB also announced that prospective candidates are encouraged to begin printing their notification slips starting today, Saturday, April 19, 2025, to be able to access crucial details such as the examination date, venue or center, time, and other instructions necessary for a smooth examination experience. Now, the federal government has announced the temporary closure of the Akanui Biam International Airport in Enugu State. The Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection at the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, Obiageli Ora, disclosed this in a statement on Thursday. Ora said the airport was shut to allow urgent repairs on a damaged part of the runway, adding that FAN had closed the runway following the rules of the Nigerian civil aviation system. On a sad note now, a two-story building has collapsed at the Oremeta Street in the Ojudu area of Lagos State. The incident, which occurred on Saturday morning, saw an unspecified number of people trapped under rubble and debris. Reports say those trapped under the collapsed building include restaurant workers, their customers, and the family who were in the area at the time of the collapse. The permanent secretary of LASEMA told journalists that 5 persons had been rescued alive as of the time of this report. Rescue efforts are still ongoing at the site of the collapsed building. Now, this report says a death toll from the headsman attack on Unkum and Logo local government areas of Benue State has risen to 20 as security forces and residents comb the affected communities in search of survivors. The governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia, in a media chat on Saturday, gave details of the casualty figures. Now, according to him, 5 bodies were recovered earlier in Bagir and taken to the morgue, but later, as civilians searching for their loved ones discovered 2 more corpses. Now, according to the governor, the police, while also responding to these simultaneous attacks in Logo, recovered 12 corpses, which were also deposited at a mortuary. With the latest deaths, the casualty toll now stands at 20 in what has been described as a coordinated attack by suspected herdsmen in Sankira. Well, coming up next, the foreign business, sports, entertainment news. Stay with us. Well, you're welcome back. On the foreign scene now, Russian President Vladimir Putin announces an Easter truce in Ukraine. However, it's unclear if the proposal has been accepted by Kyiv. Putin says there will be a temporary end to hostilities today until tomorrow, which is Moscow time. The Russian leader says he assumes Ukraine will follow the truce, but Russian troops are ready to repel any possible violations. Ukraine's Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha says Kyiv will look at Putin's actions, not the words, adding that Russia could agree with the U.S. proposal for a 30-day ceasefire at any time. Putin's announcement comes after U.S. President Donald Trump threatened to pass on Ukraine peace talks if no progress was made on a deal. And elsewhere, the armed wing of Hamas said on Saturday that the fate of an Israeli dual national soldier believed to be the last U.S. citizen held alive in Gaza was unknown after the body of one of the guards who had been holding him was found killed by an Israeli strike. Months after Israel relaunched intensive strikes across the breadth of Gaza following the collapse of a ceasefire, Israel was intensifying its attack. Palestinian health authorities also said at least 50 Palestinians had been killed in Israeli strikes on Saturday. And now the U.S. Supreme Court has ordered the Trump administration to pause the deportation of a group of alleged Venezuelan gang members. The men are being held in detention in North Texas under an 18th century wartime law, and the civil liberties group has sued the government, saying they have not had a chance to contest their case in court. Donald Trump has sent accused Venezuelan gang members to a notorious mega jail in El Salvador, invoking the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, which gave the president power to order the detention and deportation of natives or citizens of enemy nations without usual processes. The Supreme Court initially ruled on 8 April that Trump could use the Alien Enemies Act to deport alleged gang members, but deportees must be given a chance to challenge their removal. The lawsuit that resulted in Saturday's order said the Venezuelans detained in North Texas had been given notices about their imminent deportation in English, despite one detainee only speaking Spanish. And Pakistan has deported more than 19,500 Afghans this month, among more than 80,000 who have left ahead of a 30 April deadline, according to the UN. Pakistan has accelerated its drive to expel undocumented Afghans and those who had temporary permission to stay, saying it can no longer cope. Reports say between 700 and 800 families are being deported daily, Taliban officials say, with up to 2 million people expected to follow in the coming months. Some expelled Afghans at the border said they had been born in Pakistan after their families fled conflict. Pakistani Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar flew to Kabul on Saturday for talks with Taliban officials. His counterpart Amir Khan Muttaqi expressed what he called deep concerns about deportations. More than 3.5 million Afghans have been living in Pakistan, according to the UN's refugee agency, including around 700,000 people who came after the Taliban takeover in 2021. The UN estimates the half are undocumented. And now a gunman fired at a church in Sri Lanka, police said Saturday, with the country on high alert 6 years since Easter Sunday bombings killed hundreds. The gunman opened fire Friday at a church in Manampitiya, which is 160 kilometers northeast of the capital, Colombo, a police statement said. Police said the shooting damaged windows and no one was hurt, while a suspect has been arrested. Recall that suicide bombers in 2019 killed 279 people, including 45 foreigners, at 3 churches and 3 hotels in Sri Lanka. Armed police and troops have been deployed to nearly all churches nationwide during Easter celebrations, with security heightened following the 2019 attack. And now 5 people have drowned after huge waves hit parts of Australia at the start of the Easter weekend. 2 others are missing off the coasts of New South Wales and Victoria states. On Saturday, the body of a man was found in the water near Tatra in southern New South Wales. It came a day after a 58-year-old fisherman and 2 other men were found dead in separate incidents in the state. Rescuers are searching for a man who was washed into the water near Sydney. Also on Friday, 1 woman drowned and a man was said to be missing after their group was swept into sea in San Remo in Victoria. Well, in business news, petrol prices in Nigeria may soon drop to around 800 naira per litre as global crude prices continue to decline and the naira for crude policy is reinstated to support local refineries. This comes after Dangote Refinery announced its second price reduction in 1 week, cutting the ex-depot price to 835 naira per litre. VUP TV's Oyidamola Olukutan has the rest of the report. Well, we apologize again for our inability to bring you that report. We will do that subsequently. Now, Italy has cleared with conditions UniCredit's takeover bid for rival Banco BPM, with sources saying a speedier exit from Russia is among demands set by Rome for the bank led by Andrea Orcel. UniCredit's presence in Russia is a bone of contention also with the European Central Bank, which last year ordered the Italian lender to hasten its disentanglement. UniCredit said late on Friday it will take time to assess the implications of the government's decision, including on the BPM deal, liaising as appropriate with the competent authorities. UniCredit plans to launch on April 28 its 14 billion euro amounting to $16 billion all-share bid for BPM, which is one of many hostile takeover bids rocking the Italian banking industry. Now, the government of Conservative Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni vetted the BPM deal using special golden powers that allow it to block or set conditions on foreign and domestic takeovers in sectors such as energy, telecommunications, and banking. Well, in sports news now, Manchester City's chances of Champions League football next season were given a huge boost as 2 late goals from Nico O'Reilly and Mateo Kovacic beat Everton 2-0 on Saturday to move up to 4th in the Premier League. O'Reilly turned Mateo's inviting cross in the 84th minute before Kovacic blasted in from the edge of the box to turn an uninspired performance from Pep Guardiola's men into a priceless 3 points. The defeat, which is Everton's 3rd defeat in 15 league games since David Moyes returned for a second spell as manager, means they have to wait to mathematically guarantee survival. In the world of entertainment, Nigerian singer Darlington Okoye, popularly known as Speed Darlington, has accused fellow artist Badmus Okikiola, also known as Portable, of using charms commonly referred to as juju during their recent celebrity boxing match. The bout, which took place on Saturday, was part of the Chaos in the Ring event organized by Game Rush and Balmoral Promotions. The event followed the organizers' previous boxing showcase held in December 2024, as well as the launch of Friday Night Fight Night in February 2025. In a video posted to the social media platform X, Speed Darlington alleged that his shoulder became dislocated during the match despite not experiencing any significant fatigue. He suggested that his opponent introduced native charms into the ring, which in his view influenced the outcome of the fight. Portable emerged victorious in the encounter, which has since generated widespread attention online. On a sad note now, the family of Bolaji Olariwaju, popularly known as Big Bolaji, has confirmed the passing of the singer following a brief illness. According to a statement signed by the family on Saturday, Bolaji died on Easter Saturday. The singer was both an ordained pastor at the Redeemed Christian Church of God and an active member of the Nigerian music industry. May his soul rest in peace. And outside Nigeria now, Clodagh Rogers, who represented the United Kingdom in the Eurovision Song Contest in 1971, has died at the age of 78. Rogers from Warren Point, County Down, came fourth with the song Jack in the Box. She was chosen to represent the UK at the contest being held in Dublin during the Troubles. Sharing the details of her death on social media, her son, Sam Sobey, said the singer died after battling an illness for the last 3 years. May her soul rest in peace. That wraps it up for us on News Hour tonight. Before we go, though, a quick look at the headlines. I told you that the presidency says reports regarding denial to Shettima is totally fabricated. Also, LP disowns Dati Baba Ahmed over anti-Tinubu statements. We also told you that Senate President urges Nigerians to promote love and unity. Also, suspended Rivers State Governor preaches reconciliation, unity, and support for Tinubu. We also told you that Minister promises grid upgrade and rally support against energy theft. And Christians mark event with solemn reflections. Also, restaurant workers, customers trapped as building collapse. On the foreign scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin announces Easter truce in Ukraine. In business, we told you that Italy has cleared UniCredit's bid for Banco BPM with prescriptions. And in sports news, Man City beat Everton 2-0 to renew Champions League hope. In the world of entertainment, Speed Darlington accuses Portable of using juju. Do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we are Voice of the People TV, and on other social media platforms, we are at VOP TV Live. Well, I am Vivian Oguche. Good evening. Happy Easter in advance.